Hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Ray Bradbury. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do. So here on Let's Talk Ray Bradbury, current project is to read each and every story in the collection, The Stories of Ray Bradbury. There's 100 of them. We are now up to number 26. Today's story is The Great Fire from 1949. So Marianne is a niece. She's staying with her aunt and uncle, who the narrator calls Mom and Dad. We never really meet the narrator, but I assume it's a young boy. But she's a young girl, Marianne. She's apparently in love, and her level of infatuation basically leaves them describing her as being steaming and being on fire, hence the title, The Great Fire. She runs around the house reading poetry, dancing around the room to romantic music, and she's basically acting like I assume a young girl in love may act like. One day, a young man, Isaac, drives by in his jalopy to pick her up, and mother and father are convinced that, maybe she's going to get married early. Maybe this is the one who'll get her out of the house at least, because she's been staying with us for 6 months while her parents vacation in Europe, and this could be a good thing. I don't think we can stop her. So they don't really try to, but father, he's getting annoyed by it. He's doing his best to avoid even looking at her and paying any attention to it. And mother doesn't really want to stand in the way if love is in fact happening. And so everybody sort of keeps their distance from flaming hot Marianne. But it's only at the end of the story when Grandma comes down to breakfast one morning and reveals that, you guys haven't really been paying attention, but I've been watching. And every morning she's going away in a different car with a different guy. I don't know anything about this Isaac guy unless he's a disguise artist and he changes his car every day. So apparently young Marianne is getting around, and it's not at all the situation that her family thought it was. Father now considers dousing her flames and putting her out and leaving her to cool, but he thinks better of it, and instead the whole family leaves the breakfast table and leaves young Marianne steaming over her cold glass of orange juice. So this is a bit of a goofy comedic love story. It's not really typical Ray Bradbury, although it's clearly in his sort of trademark, lighthearted, fast-paced, airy, playful voice. So you could probably tell it was Bradbury even if you didn't have the title on it, as long as you know you're Bradbury. Or young girls really like this? I really don't remember. I grew up in a house with 2 older sisters, but I was being the youngest in the family. Maybe at that time I wasn't really capable of noticing these things, how they behaved in those situations. And plus that was decades ago, but obviously there is some sort of observation here by Ray Bradbury. They don't really say who the narrator is, but it seems to be through the eyes of a young boy, which is typically the case with a lot of Bradbury stories, so that's what I'm going with here. And I do imagine it being sort of confusing and annoying to somebody who is young male and not really accustomed to seeing this type of behavior from people in the house. But it certainly shakes things up. For me, I'd send the girl to Europe with her family. It's time for her parents to pick her up. 6 months is too long to stay with them. But yeah, The Great Fire of 1949, sort of a cheeky little title. There's no fire involved, just the fires of love and infatuation. That was number 26 of 100 in the Stories of Ray Bradbury, if you were following along. Next time, we'll be talking about The Wilderness from 1952, so be sure to tune in for that. See you later.